Oh man, before we start, if I sound kinda funky, I'm under the weather, okay? This year has been beating my ass, but anyway, as much as I love going on grand adventures in JRPGs or pulling my hair out in Souls-likes, sometimes I need a little bit of that beat-em-up action. I want to turn my brain off and beat some ass. So I think I've managed to find a game that can feel that need. So what I like to call Sleeping Dogs and Sifu inspired, I present to you Acts of Blood. The story is as simple as you like it to be. Set in the city of Bandung, we play as Hendra, and ever since his family was murdered, he has, as you can expect, been out for blood. And in this demo's first mission, he has tracked down one of the killers. So we get out of bed, create our outfit from a decent selection of clothes, jump on a motorcycle, and make our way towards the factory. Unless you chose to drop into the arena where you face endless waves of enemies. Obviously, in a beat 'em up game, the goal is to have a fun gameplay loop that allows the players to get lost in the action, and I feel like they did a pretty good job with this. If you've played games like Spider-Man or the Arkham series, you will adjust to these controls very quickly, as we have individual buttons to punch, kick, and counter enemy attacks. The hand-to-hand combat felt very good, switching between punches and kicks felt snappy, and there weren't too many times where I'd hit the counter button without it registering the input. Obviously, we'd love for this not to be an issue, but I'm at least grateful that it didn't occur too often. Once we have dealt damage to an enemy, we are able to use a finisher, and while there doesn't seem to be a huge range of finishers, what I found felt absolutely killer, including making them eat the knee. In Acts of Blood, we get a bunch of weapons that we can find around the level which can be thrown directly at an enemy. These include sledgehammers, baseball bats, machetes, crowbars, and even guns. While I'm not sure if the first level should introduce AK-47s already, I will say the gunplay felt pretty good. But I absolutely love that we could actually hit somebody with a gun. This tends to be a feature lacking in beat 'em up games. I just want to deck somebody, you know what I'm saying? Moving around the level was very simple as we kick down doors, vault over barricades, and slide under shelves. And while the majority of this felt smooth, it got a little bit janky when transitioning from sprinting to vaulting as they used the same button prompt, leaving me running into the wall. If possible, it would be better if Hendra would automatically vault over the object if he was already sprinting, just to keep things feeling fluid. Now, at the end of the level, there was a pretty simple boss fight, which was a beefcake with a chainsaw, and honestly wasn't too difficult, as we had to dodge out the way instead of countering attacks. But the main issue here was that they had a spinning chainsaw attack, which stuck onto us like a homing missile, regardless of how far away we were. Now, this looked pretty wonky, alright? This guy just roller skates his way towards us, but other than that, it was a simple fight that didn't require much thinking, and just to flex, I don't think I died even once. And I kicked this dude in the dick so many times! For progression, we gain experience as we deal damage to enemies, and eventually we will gain a skill point that could be used to learn new combos or increase the speed of our attacks. Now in the demo, I felt like we got experience a little too quickly, but that could just be the developer making it easier for us to have a feel of the upgrade system. And if that's the case, I absolutely welcome it. But if it's not, the satisfaction of leveling up gets weak very quickly. But I will praise this game for its visuals. As for a beat 'em up indie game, I think Acts of Blood looks really good, and it's actually what caught my attention in the first place. Plus, the fact that it runs so smoothly is a great bonus. In fact, it's very playable on the Steam Deck, bouncing around 45 to 60 FPS on medium settings. But one aspect that could be improved on is how weighty actions look. For example, my man gets jelly legs when moving around the environment, and when using a gun, it looks like it just wobbles around the place, which leaves movements feeling less impactful than they could be. But let me do a quick shout out to the music, as the soundtrack goes hard and really enhances how fun decking people in this game is. Like, that shit is some metal, bro. So overall, I think Acts of Blood could turn out to be a really fun beat 'em up game to play, especially if you're looking to beat ass in between your games. They just need to keep working on polishing up the game, make sure movement's feeling a little bit more seamless, progress the skill tree, and continue to make levels that are an absolute blast to run through. As I had a really fun time playing this, so I'm going to keep my eye out on this game as I'm very interested in where it goes. But hey, that's just me. Feel free to play the demo for yourself, which can be found in the description down below. But other than that, I super appreciate you getting to the end of this video. I do try to keep my eyes out for lesser known games that could be worth talking about, as that's always something that's interested me. But other than that, I wish you a good rest of your day, and I will see you when I see ya. See ya!